Can't beat a nice cup of coffee. Especially when it's your wife's. Doesn't even belong to you. Today we're diving into the top 10 things every new dad should know. From the sleepless nights to the unsolicited advice that you're going to be getting constantly from your dad, your brother, your sister, your mother, your wife. It doesn't matter who it is. Everyone's an expert, right? At the end of the day, it's going to be up to you. And I'm just here to offer you some advice. Now let's start off with the number one thing that we all know is going to happen. Sleep. Sleep is going to be gone and you already know it. We all know it. Those are hard nights. And boy, do they suck. Sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. The best advice I can give you for this one, when the baby naps, you nap. That is the lifesaver. If you sleep when the baby sleeps, I think you're going to be all right. It's hard when you wake up in the middle of the night. You get very frustrated. But let me tell you, it gets easier. It gets so much easier. And you look forward to these nights where you can go to bed now.
What?
The sleepless nights don't last forever. Although it feels like in the moment it lasts forever. But it gets better. I promise. Speaking of sleepless nights, that leads us into our next topic, health and fitness. Because you're losing sleep, it's going to start taking a toll on your mental health and your health in general. It's going to be easy for you to slip into the cracks and let your body, start getting that dad bod. You start losing out on that fitness time. You're not motivated because you're tired or you got to go home and take care of the baby. But just remember, simple workouts, even if that's just walking the baby around the block or doing some light stretches here and there, or even doing a home workout, that goes a long way. If this is something that you're curious about or you're worried about, I've created a playlist strictly for workouts, about 20 to 30 minutes that you could do in the comfort of your home. Like mentioned, physical health is important, but mental health is very important as well. Which brings us into the next topic, which is communication with your partner.
It's 3 a.m. You go do it. You're the mother.
I'm the mother. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Get the fuck out of the bed right now before I fucking cut you!
Jesus.
This is where all that mental health is going to come from for you and your partner. If you guys are able to communicate and get things across without it being a giant fight, you guys are going to be just fine. You both got to be able to talk, be open with each other, and respect another's opinions and well-being if you guys want to make this work. Now, with great communication, you're also going to get a superpower. And the superpower is your parental instincts. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos online of the dad saving the day. But it happens. And you need to trust it too, because it's not just, the danger in the moment. It's with everything. Something in your stomach and in your mind is telling you that this is what you think you should do and this is how you should handle it. I say go with your instinct 100% because 9 times out of 10, it's probably right. But trusting your instinct isn't always going to get you out of all these challenges. There's challenges that you're going to be faced with that you don't even know how to conquer and overcome. And one of these things is the work-life balance. Now, work-life balance can mean different things to different people, but for me personally, this was me spending time with my family and being able to provide. Some of us don't have the ability to set boundaries, but if you do, I highly recommend that you set those boundaries and that you need to set boundaries with your employer. Some of us probably think that we can't. For me personally, when I had my baby, I was at an employer that was very strict and didn't let me have as much time with my family as I would like. I know it gets scary, especially if you have a good income and you might have to take a step back. But if you can do it and you take that step back and it's going to benefit your family, I recommend you do it 100%. I had to take a step back, but now I'm 10 steps forward with both my family and my employer. What's that? Why would I do that? You're just a baby. Remember how earlier I told you about the outside advice and everyone's going to have it? Well, here it is. Some of you guys might already experience this with your own family or your in-laws or whoever it is, your friends, but there's going to be outside advice and it's going to be coming. Same thing I mentioned with the employers. You need to set boundaries. Then you need to let them know and put them in their spot. And if they're not going to be put in their spot, then I highly recommend you do not be part of their life. But who am I to tell you who and who not to hang out with? This is just my opinion, so take it or leave it. But everybody, and boy do I mean everybody, is going to have their own opinion on how they raise a kid or how a kid should be raised. I think it's important, especially if they're respectable and you have a good relationship with them, to listen to them, acknowledge them, actually take it in and consider it. But if it's not part of your values and you don't see yourself using it, don't use it for their benefit. It's not about them. It's about you and your family and your child's well-being and how you want them to be raised. Just smile and wave, boys.
Just smile and wave, boys.
Now we're going to talk about dad guilt. Dad guilt is something that I struggle with quite often, and a lot of it has to do with my disciplining. Dad guilt is one that doesn't really get talked about enough, and it could be anything. It could be disciplining when they're older. It could be the amount of time you want to hold your baby, or if you're helping out around the house enough. It can look like different for everybody. I don't know how that's going to look for you. I don't know how you're going to handle, but I need you to understand that it's a real thing and it's going to happen. But no one's perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. Me telling you all this stuff doesn't make me a perfect parent. But I make mistakes, and I want you to know that too, is you're going to make mistakes, and that's going to be okay. Please talk about this stuff, though, with someone, whether that's your wife, your brother, someone in your life that you have. And if you don't have anyone, please reach out to me, because you are not alone. You are not the only one feeling this way, and it's okay to feel this way. But be able to talk about it and be able to understand that you want to grow from it. I know you hit your brother and you told your mom that you hated her, but it's okay. This leads us into parental styles. Think about how you were born and raised and how you grew up with your parents or whoever raised you. What did you like? What didn't you like? There's no one size fits all. Every kid is different. Every parent is different. So understand that. It's important to stay consistent. If you are someone that's going to be more gentle and loving, stick to that. Consistency and confidence in your approach, though, is what is crucial for this. Just be consistent and understand that your kids, if you have multiple, all have different needs. Boy. Getting tired of talking. Finances is huge. It's important for you to save where you can, purchase necessary things, and if you have money later on and you know you're well off, then I'm not here to tell you how to live and be a financial guide for you. I told you guys earlier, for the parental instincts, as a dad, this kicks in high, especially if you're going to be the financial guy. These parental instincts come in when you're trapped in a corner and you think, I'm not going to live like this. I'm not going to let my family fall into these cracks and put us in a hole where we can't afford to get out of. You fight and you find a way. I don't know how you find a way. I don't even remember how I found a way, but I did it. And I'm still going down these holes sometimes, but I'm still finding a way out of it. And that's what I'm saying. These parental instincts come. You don't know how you're going to do it, but you know you're going to do it. And before you know it, you're going to look back and think, wow, this chapter's finally over and I don't want to experience it again. Now, last but not least, and the most important one, is to enjoy the journey. You're going to look back at this one day, and like I mentioned before, everything seems so slow in the moment, but then you look back a week, a month, a year, and you think, wow, time has flown. Enjoy the blessings. Understand that it's going to be a wild ride. There's going to be so many ups and downs and turnarounds and sad days and happy days, but you're going to have those moments you have with your kids, those I love yous, the I want to be like you, Dad. But that's going to conclude our top 10 things every new dad should know. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, a share, a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. If there's something out there in the world that you're curious about being a new dad or an existing dad and you just want some advice, or even if you just want to talk, let me know and I'll be there for you. But that's going to end today's video, and I just want to say thank you very much. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you have a healthy baby, and congrats. Peace.